I just had pasta like a few hours ago, but I'm gonna go out and eat dinner again because my friends and I are gonna go out because one of our abroad friends, she's going back home early. So we're gonna give her a proper farewell for dinner. And I didn't really vlog much today, but I did think a lot about what I'm doing abroad. It's only my second week. And today I sat in one of my marketing classes, and it's only a Monday class. But last Monday we didn't have class for some reason. So this is my first time sitting in. And at first I wasn't really feeling the class. So I considered dropping it for Korean language and culture. But then I met these two girls after class that convinced me to stay. And one of the points that made me stay was like, if you take a marketing class here, you get to figure out if you really do like marketing. So then when I go back home in Houston, I'll figure out if that's the path I want to go or something else. Because I know the university I go to back home has a good business program. So that's how I was going back and forth. I was like, should I stay in this class when I could take a good business class back at home? Or should I switch something out to like a Korean language culture class? But they also said, since I'm already taking Korean 1, I'm already exposed to some part of it and I live here. So it would be more strategic or better to explore my options abroad and not have to think about it again when I'm back home. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. So I'm staying in that class. But yeah, but to be honest, all I had today for food was that pasta and 2 bananas. So I'm gonna go out and eat again because I'm looking kind of hungry. My eating habits have not been good. Birthday. Ah, come on. It's Yuki. Damn. Did you vlog you cutting all your hair off?
I'm playing with me. I'm gonna leave till 2 tomorrow. I will go home and like, hey.
증인의 삶이라 지어다 여기를 밝게 지어다 여기다 삶게 지어다 구하신 가라사대 위로 날 따라 지어다 난 선배자의 지어다 돈은 날 찾아 지어다 내 이름은 시대만을 지어다 하늘은 파란 지어다 자네를 다
Pie. That matcha chocolate looks so good. These are so pretty, I'm gonna cry. I don't know where we're going, but we're going somewhere. Oh, it's shiny. If I don't figure out how to style this perm, I got a perm thinking it was just gonna hold, but like I think my hair is too straight. If my hair can't hold the perm and I can't style it correctly, I'm just gonna get a bob. Like I'm done. Too slow pokes.
안녕하세요, 여러분. How do I say this is?
Eagle.
매기시 no vlog 입니다. 네.
It's week 2. I'm rethinking my life, making poor financial decisions. Sorry. So I just talked to my Korean professor after class. I like doing this thing where I meet up with professors in their office hours and I just talk about them with anything. And this first meeting, It's the first meeting. So the first 10 minutes, it was like us trying to find a middle ground about what to talk about. So we talked about her master's education in the US, my studies. But then we found a middle ground. We were talking about like relationships with our families, so her kid or my parents. And we were talking a lot about how our background influenced like our education. One of the highlights that I remember talking about was my high school experiences and how that experience compares to, she has a kid in high school, how my high school experiences are compared to her kid's high school experiences. And then we talked a lot about societal pressures, cultural expectations. I'm off to my next class. I found this with the help of a nice Korean woman. 감사합니다. I don't know what's in a temple, but I'm gonna go in anyway. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just walking around. Spontaneous stop here. Spontaneously bought some tea. I went to the temple, Bongunsa, and then spontaneously went into a tea shop to buy tea. Now I'm gonna go study in the Starfield Library because it's on my bucket list to go there. This backpack is so heavy. My back's killing me. Oh, my forehead is. Gangnam Style. 도서관's library. I forgot to mention, but when I was on the subway, I was standing up the whole time, but that wasn't the problem. But there were these two like older ladies, like grandmas, like harmonies sitting in front of me, and we had a short conversation in Korean, and it was really nice. I don't know what they said to me the first time, but yeah, I don't remember. I saw her pointing at my skirt and my jacket. I have an orange skirt on, so she was pointing at that, and I pointed at her scarf because it was like hot pink, and I was like, "이거 예뻐요," and she was like, "Oh, 고마워," and asked me like, "어느 사람 어디," something like that, like, "Where are you from?" And I said, "미국 사람이에요," and she was like, "미국 사람이요? 혹시 미국에서 살아요?" And I said, "미국에서 살아요," like I live in America. I am American, but I'll just say like I live in America. My new friend appeared yesterday. But I plan on studying here, and if I have time, I'll walk around, maybe get dinner here, and then I want to walk at the Yongche stream. I think that's what that's called, but it is pretty late, and we'll see how the weather is, but that's my plan. This is my Korean notebook for my Korean 1 class. So I'm gonna start off studying that, and then I'm gonna read over all the syllabuses again, because I just finished my first week of school, starting my second one. So, yeah. My siblings and I, we have this journal that we all write in, or like we each have our own journal. This is mine. And last summer of 2025, was the last time we had like a family vacation before we all did our own things. Like, for example, one of my younger brothers is going to college away in the city. My youngest brother is still at home. He's still in middle school, and I'm abroad. So we were like, the next time we meet each other, we're going to exchange journals. And in the journal, we just like write about our experiences. And so far, my younger brother wrote the most. Like, he's already used up 2 journals. This is my first. I didn't really start writing in it until my journey abroad, or when right before I started. Because before that, life was I was just preparing my money, preparing my logistics, preparing my mental state, my emotional state. But I just finished journaling and reflecting my past 2 weeks, and there's a sentence I wrote in here. I think about the friendships I have in high school, but not all of them can really fit into this new era because I keep moving and transforming. There are a few friends that I will always love to have by my side and that I'll always be there for them, but now I need to end my habit of overgiving and overstaying what doesn't nurture me anymore. And that brings me into a new era, because I have a habit of overstaying in friendships that aren't good for me, and I used to have a habit of overgiving in relationships. And I have a friend that I made in high school that really taught me about balanced friendships, because she's the first friend that I've ever worried about not giving enough, because she was actually giving back. And we had a conversation about this a few years later. Like 2 years later, we were on a call, and it was kind of hard for me to tell her at first. But then once the conversation came out, it was handled really well, and very maturely. And I really like that. So now when I think back to my high school friendships, I was like, that was a fun era for my late teenager years. But I don't know how. Maybe surface level wise I can be friends, but like I like deeper bonds better than surface level ones. And there's a few friends I have in mind that I would still consider a close friend of mine. So yeah, I like that sentence. I need to end my habit of overgiving and overstaying in relationships, because high school really taught me a lot about myself, what I liked and what I don't like when I'm in relationships. And by that I mean like friendships, not actual like romantic relationships, but friendships. what I like in other people too, and what I don't like in other people, so that way in my adulthood, I don't repeat those mistakes. And I'd rather learn those lessons in high school than when I'm an adult, because I feel like adult, there's so much more to lose because it's adulthood. But it's never too late. So yeah. What I like to do before each semester is go over my professor's syllabus after sitting in their class maybe 1 or 2 times, and then writing the grading scale and tips on how to do well in their class. So far, if I were to rate it by difficulty, my most difficult is perception psychology, because it's a Yonsei course and not a study abroad course. It's in Yonsei, but it's not tailored towards study abroad. They allow exchange students, but it's more for Yonsei students. It's taught in English, but it's very demanding, but I don't mind, because I like the material being taught, but most importantly, I can see myself meeting the professor during their office hours. When I sign up for a class, I think about, do I like how this professor is teaching? What are they teaching? And can I meet them in their office hours? Because the semester is only like 4 months long, right? That's 16 weeks. And if I meet the professor once a week, that's 16 times I'll meet them, which isn't a lot. And I'm abroad, and I've been doing this since last semester. So yeah. And last semester, now me and one of my professors, we're pretty close. She knows about me going abroad. I still talk to her while I'm abroad. So yeah, you never know when you meet somebody. And that's what I'm doing. So I just met my Korean professor later today, and I need to email the other 3 about when I can set up a time to meet them this week. The second most difficult one, I would say, is Principles of Marketing and Media Communications in Korea Thai. Marketing, because there's a quiz every week, but there's no final exam. It's just a group project. And then Media Communications in Korea, it sounds easier, but classes that sound easier on paper are usually difficult because you have to find your way around it. And I would say my easiest class so far is Korean 1, because I already learned Hangul, the Korean alphabet, and a lot of these vocabulary words already years ago. So this is kind of like a refresher, and learning new words at the same time. But I learned Hangul back during quarantine when I was bored. And then from that on, with social media, I picked up on some words here and there. So, yeah, that's it. I walked in a random store, but this pillow looks just so nice. I'm still in the Starfield library, but I'm gonna try this Vietnamese restaurant and see if it's worth it. Okay, immediate difference between this pho and the first pho is that I can immediately smell it. They didn't give me herbs, but they gave me this. Okay. I would say that... Oh, it's the same pho. Oh my god, I love Yangzhen. Anyways, I used to work at H&M. Never again. I'm not going back. But I would say the bowl of pho was pretty good. It was better than the first one. I liked that it was more flavorful. The first one was kind of bland, but this one, there was more flavor. Also, their pickled radish is actually pretty good, which I liked. I could go around, but I don't plan on shopping. I get overwhelmed when there's too many choices. Should I just go to the Yangjaechon Street? To be honest, I was only planning to go to the Starfield Library. I didn't even know this was connected to the mall. But here I am. So I'm just exploring. I don't even know where I am. I know I'm in the mall. shopping overwhelms me a bit. There's so many options and I don't know what to choose. Not that I need anything though. I say that and I buy something. Oh my gosh, I'm back and I didn't even know. I was just walking around. You know. Big ass map, bruh. Honestly, I just want to find Gentle Monster and then I'll leave. I couldn't find Gentle Monster on the map, so I'm just gonna go to Zara because a lot of my friends shop at Zara and I don't know why, but I'm about to find out and then I'm gonna go home. I am tired. I walked around Zara for like 2 minutes and it reminds me a lot of H&M. The format of the store, the mass-produced clothes. Yeah. Walking back to my dorm, I successfully traveled through the subways and the buses that I've done before, but by myself. And I'm proud of myself because last time that I went on the bus or the subway, no, the train, no, the bus, it was the day when I went to that raving party in like 8 in the morning. I think it was on Saturday, but I second guessed myself a lot on the buses, which made me end up missing my bus 3 times, and I had to wait out in the freezing cold for 30 minutes and my fingers were about to fall off because it was so cold. But today I trusted the internet. I trusted my gut. I was like, okay, this is it. So today I gained a bit of more self-confidence in navigating public transport. There were many times where I was like, I don't know if this is right, but then it ended up being right. So clearly I'm doing something right. I say that, but now I don't know if I'm headed the right way to my dorm. The way that I got off, if I went to the right, it would have been shorter, but I didn't like it because it was in the back of the dorms. So I went the other way, but I might have gone the wrong way. No, never mind, I went the right way. I just need to walk a bit further. And I wanted to take this route because there are cars next to me and there's a lot more light. The path over there that's shorter, there's not a lot of people, there's not a lot of light. So I want to go this way. Made it, walking up to where my dorm is, all the way up there. But also this kind of just shows like how comfortable I am walking. It shows how comfortable I am walking in the dark by myself. Even back at Houston, in my home university, even when I was still in the campus area, I was still scared to walk back to the garage where I parked my car because in Houston there was a lot of reports on that cab scared me. Anyway, there's a lot of reports on people being held at gunpoint in the garage in their car. So I was scared to walk at my home university back in Houston in the garage that's located in the campus. But here I'm okay. Like I feel a lot better. Of course I'm still careful, but I feel more relaxed. Back in Houston, I would call my dad whenever I felt unsafe, and then we would just talk on the phone until I got in my car. Making my way downtown, walking fast. Gonna get a late midnight snack. It's literally on my bucket list to go to a convenience store at night, but also because my friend cut her hair like into a bob, so I'm going to see how that looks. Yeah. Oh, that's so embarrassing. This is the first time I've seen you wear the hat you bought. Okay, so did you cut it yourself?
You're not gonna want to put this in the vlog.
Oh, okay. Did you cut it yourself?
No, I'm not hungry.
Damn.
I lost my appetite after doing this. Okay, it's not finished.
What do you mean it's not finished?
It's uneven in some parts, and I gotta make it even. But I was just like, I can't do this anymore.
Do you cut bangs?
Even worse, they're micro bangs. You see how tall?
Wait, they're cute. It's cute.
Wait a minute, wait.
Yeah, it's cute.
Oh my god, fuck, the hat made it.
It's cute.
No, I need to like.
Ah, yes. What's a college life like when you're not raising your blood pressure and high cholesterol at midnight? But I am hungry. Having an inconsistent eating schedule is so expensive. I need to polish up my routine, literally. Polish up my studying habits, polish up my eating routine, my schedule. I'm still trying to get used to it. It's my 3rd week here. First week, I didn't have class, so I was literally, well, school didn't start yet when I first got here, my first week. So I've just been, like, running around. And the 2nd week, the fatigue hit me. And now it's the 3rd week, and now I need to get my shit together. Yeah. I need water.